You're live.
I'd like to call the Thursday, April 24th, 2025 Special Island City Council meeting to order. Janice, could you call roll?
Member Mitchell,
Here.
Vice Mayor Maida,
Here.
Mayor Rhodes.
Here.
We have Councilmember Atlin and Councilmember Levine out tonight.
Okay, thank you. Can I get approval of the agenda?
A motion to approve the agenda?
Second.
First and second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. We have two items in closed session tonight, conference with real property negotiators, Castle Oaks, and the second one, liability claims. There's three. Open it for public comment on these two items. Any public comment on either of these items?
Elmer Rhodey, 621 Pleasant Valley. Couple things. First of all, Thursday meeting, special meeting. I've never seen so many special meetings held in the city of Ione as long as I've lived here, and that's been 20 years.
No, you
It's
should.
kind of ridiculous. I'd like to know what the cost of a special meeting is here. How much do we have to pay the lawyer to be here? I'm sure there's a permanent amount of time, minimum charge that comes through on this. You guys, you got to get with it. Just shape up. I'm getting tired of this stuff.
Any other public comment? Anyone on Zoom?
No.
Close public comment. All right, we'll go into closed session and we'll be back.
We want to do the Pledge of Allegiance now.
You want to do the pledge of allegiance now?
You can, yeah.
I believe so.
Okay.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll be recusing from item 1 since I live on the golf course.
Not only that, we don't, with Mr. Mitchell, Councilmember Mitchell's recusal, we don't have a quorum for item D1, so we would only be discussing item D2 together in closed session.
We're back from closed session. Will you report out, please, council?
The city received 3 government claims claiming damages from Marianne Cassidy, Christy Ann Arsenath, and George Arsenath. The city council by 3-0 vote voted to deny these claims, and will be sending out notices of denial shortly hereafter.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to the regular agenda. Is there any public comment items that are not on the agenda? Seeing none. Got anyone on Zoom, chief?
No.
Nope. We'll close public comment. We got one item on regular agenda, consider action to waive privileges and authorize disclosure of closed session information in relation to investigation for proposed censure of council member Allison LaFane by minute action.
Should be me. The investigation for the proposed censure is getting underway. Some of you might have already been contacted by the investigator for interview requests. Given the scope of the censure, certain privileges and confidential information are implicated. For purposes of the investigation, the investigator raised that these would have to be waived for the interviewees to be able to speak more freely with the investigator. So I have 2 recommended motions for purposes of the investigation and allowing interviewees to speak with the investigator where they would otherwise be restricted. One pertains to attorney-client privilege of former city attorney Andy Panasco because the investigator requested to interview him. The other, since the scope of the investigation involves a disclosure of closed session information, the council would be waiving disclosure of confidential information in closed session so that when Mr. Panasco or council members interview with the investigator, they can speak about those matters that were discussed in closed session, specifically related to golf course negotiations. But I have 2 recommended motions that I would recite to you before council considers them, because they have to be rather specific.
Okay, so it's 2 items.
Two separate motions.
Motions on one item. Okay. All right, any questions or comments from council?
No.
Open up for public comment. Any public comment on this? No public comment. Got anyone on Zoom, chief?
No.
Nope. We'll close public comment. All right, what's your recommendations on, let's take the first one.
My first recommended motion is for purposes of the participation of former city attorney Andy Panasco in the censure investigation of councilmember Allison LaFane, and to the extent within the scope of the investigation, motion to waive attorney-client privilege held by the council.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
We have a first and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Second one.
Yes. The second motion is regarding closed session information pertaining to the Castle Oaks Golf Course and otherwise within the scope of the investigation. Motion to authorize disclosure of confidential information acquired in closed session to the investigator only.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
We have first and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Okay, someone want to make a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Good night. Thank you.
What a waste of time.
Have fun, buddy.
Oh.